Welcome to Why They Play the Game, a show created to discuss the NBA on and off the court. I'm just one of your hosts, Michael Eric Owens.
And I'm Ken Hayes.
Oh man, you see what I got on, huh, Ken?
I see.
You see, man. Listen, Ken, hold on a second. Hey, why I'm saying what I'm saying, folks? Go ahead and hit that like, that subscribe button, and we will get you hit the notification button too,
Right.
and you'll get that content right when we drop it.
And
Dallas
make your
fans.
comments now.
Oh yeah, definitely make your comments now. Do we have any Dallas fans watching the show?
I hope so.
I don't want you to unsubscribe now because I got the green on. Man, listen, kid. Oh, we talk basketball, but just on a side note, how satisfying was it to see the Green Bay Packers beat the brakes off of the Dallas Cowboys?
Mike, I was real surprised. I thought, Dallas would win the game, but Green Bay had a different, a different thought process, I guess, because it was 27-0 at halftime. I said this game is over with.
Yeah, they scored that one touchdown they shouldn't have scored because dude had a false start, so it was 27-7. I think at one time it was like 42-16 or
right,
or 48 something like that.
And then I saw online Dallas fans saying McCarthy should be fired, Dak should be benched. So man, it was crazy.
Man, I had to tell you, kid, it was quite pleasurable to witness that. But let's get to some basketball. But I'm representing today because again, we the underdogs, but we'll see what happens, man. But there was a big trade. Somebody don't think is big of a trade, but I think it's a pretty big trade. Pascal Siakam to Indiana. And who did and matter of fact, and they lost Bruce Brown.
Right.
And which I think is, man, I
huge.
like Bruce Brown.
I do too.
I do, man. I just think that dude is like, there's some players in the NBA that they don't hurt you. Right. Like they come in and they just, whatever they do is positive, man. And Bruce Brown is one of those dudes where, man, he just makes you better, man. And
on both ends of the court.
Yes.
But Mike,
what were your thoughts?
I said this back even before the season started that he was going to get traded. Number one, he's in the final year of his contract. Number two, Toronto's rebuilding. And then to think about it, I predicted that they was going to trade him to New York.
Oh, okay.
So, that was my destination point for him, but that didn't happen. Indiana, trying to get, let's just say, better down the stretch, in which I think they did as far as scoring is concerned. Somebody mentioned that, he's a great two-way player. I don't see that, but scoring-wise, yeah, he going to give you 20 plus a game. Defensive-wise, kind of a non-factor for me. But, it helps Indiana. They still got which every team has an issue with defense, but that's just a whole different story. But, it helps them out to get some veteran player like that.
Yeah.
What was your thoughts?
Man, Bruce Brown and Noah and 3 first-round picks. Man, I'm a lot of picks, bro.
No, they give
3
picks
first-round
away,
picks.
Yeah.
Well, but again, like I try to say, you can like you said, you can negotiate with those first-round picks as well.
Right.
So to me, the Raptors won this deal, in my opinion, in the long run, because I really don't see. I think Pascal Siakam is a good player.
Oh, definitely, yeah.
But I don't think he's an all-star. See, that's my difference. Like when you say to me, what did Indiana need? Well, they need an all-star. Tyrese Halliburton is getting better, but he ain't got no experience. I mean, so who is that the 1-2 punch? So is Burton, Tyrese and Siakam now? Are they the best tandem in the league? Are they the best tandem in the East? Are they the best? No, I wouldn't say that. So I don't. Does it make them better? And I don't. Again, I don't. Indiana plays at a erratic pace.
Okay.
That's not how the Raptors play.
No.
Okay, so it's going to be an adjustment for Siakam in the sense that, he's going to have to, and Siakam is not necessarily a guy that just chunks up threes. He's got a low post game. He tries to drive to the rim. He's a slicer. He's this, that, and the other thing. And Indiana is getting out there and they shooting it up. So I think there's going to be an adjustment that's going to have to be made. I don't know. I think any team Siakam goes on is going to be better.
Oh,
it's just the type of player he is. He's going to make the team better. Is he that Ken, in your mind, is he that player that puts them at, let's say, in the top 3 spots in the East?
No.
Are they better than Boston?
Nope.
Better than Milwaukee? Better than Philly?
Nope.
So, again,
to be honest with you, I don't even think they're better than New York.
I know. That's the question, right? Would in a 7-game series, would they beat New York? And I'm with you on that. I would have serious doubts that they would win 4 games out of 7 to advance. So I think do you think Siakam's happy getting out of Toronto, going to Indiana?
Mike, I'm gonna be honest with you. I think anybody's happy to get out of Toronto, but that's just a whole different story, different culture. But Siakam, he's making about 30, 34, 35 a year.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of, Sacramento was really interested in him too. From what I hear, is that he said if they were not interested in giving him an extension or resigning him for a long-term deal, don't even bother. So I don't know how the Indiana situation got done, but he's going to be a free agent next year. He's going to try to get that, that max contract. But no, as far as him being happy, Toronto, they in a rebuilding mode, so I don't think he was too happy in that situation. But see, I'll say this again, is that I thought that they were going to try. I thought New York was going to try to trade Randall for Siakam. Teams are always looking to get that expiring contract so they can take it off the books.
Yeah.
So Siakam, he was a prime candidate to be traded. So
yeah, that almost seems apples for apples in my opinion. I see him as a Julius Randle sort of player, right? I don't see him. I see them on the same level, really, to be honest. Like I said, I haven't. He's a decent player, but I haven't been wowed by Siakam. I haven't been like, oh my God, man, they got Siakam now. They gone. I think it's good for Indiana. I think it's good for them in the long run. But I think the Raptors with those 3 first-round picks and Bruce, I think Bruce is probably like, man, come on, man. I go from Denver, man, to get paid. I did think that Bruce Brown should have re-signed with Denver. I thought I know he wanted to get paid. I realized that. But now, Ken, I feel like he's going to be one of these players because, like a Jeff Green, one of these players that, and what I'm thinking about Christian Woods, these players that just are, like if you put them in a trade package, the package looks good. Like you getting this and Bruce Brown. You're like, oh yeah, that's nice. You become a good player that teams will just move around and you see, well, why did this person be with, 7, 8 teams and they've been in the league 9, 10 years? Because they've been good players, right? They haven't been the ones that would be a centerpiece. So I just feel like I don't think he's going to stay in Toronto, to be honest with you. I think he might be there for a couple years, but they gonna with those picks. Ken, watch something. Watch when you're gonna see something. A first round pick go somewhere with Bruce Brown or something like that, and it's unfortunate, but yeah, I mean you gotta get your money, I guess, and he got his ring, trying to get his
Right.
money, but I just hope he doesn't have a family and kids and because you got to be popping around and
right.
uprooting your family every time you get on the trading block.
Because Bruce, he came from what, Brooklyn?
Yeah, he was
Brooklyn
in
to
Brooklyn.
Brooklyn. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. He was in Brooklyn, man. I like him, man. I really do, man. I like his game. I like how hard he plays. He's a smart player, man, and he's got that one, edge of,
To him.
what? Yeah, I can compete. I'm not out of place, because if it hadn't been for them, Denver might have been in trouble.
Yeah.
Okay,
He came
he
off
had
the
some
bench and
big
gave him
shots.
a
Yeah.
huge contribution
Oh my
for
God.
Denver off the bench. So
Big
yeah.
shots, bro.
Yeah.
When Murray was struggling and Yoke was struggling, man, big shots, man. But our game of the week, Ken, was the two Titans, we would say, of the league, the Philadelphia 76ers versus the Denver Nuggets. And they were in Philadelphia, correct? I believe they
Right.
were in Philly,
Yep.
right? And this is the two last MVPs going at it. And what were your thoughts on the game?
Mike, they did. I think maybe let's just say they guarded each other maybe 2 or 3 times. I was
Not into
like,
the fourth quarter, really.
right, exactly. I'm like, come on, y'all. And the big hype was, Jokic versus Embiid. I'm like, that didn't even happen. But Embiid had a great game, but
Yeah.
Maxey was killing him.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Mike, you know how I feel about Tobias Harris, right?
Yeah.
I'm like, this brother, I guess he's trying to get that, let's just say, max contract for next year too. But he played well, Mike, and and I think when Embiid, I think it was a couple of games he was out, he had like 30, 32, last 2 games. So somebody made the comment, if Harris can continue to play the way that he's playing, that Philly's going to be a real contender. But the thing about it, I'm pretty sure that Tobias was real happy, when they made the trade.
Oh yeah,
because he got
and
more
James
shots.
left.
Yeah. He got more shots. He got more looks.
Absolutely.
And I mean, Tobias Harris can shoot it. It's just when he's in. The only thing I won't say the only thing, but what bothers me about him is that when he's not engaged, he's just running up and down the court.
Yeah.
Track practice, as far as I'm concerned. But back to the game. I mean, it was a good game. Back and forth. Caldwell Pope had a nice game. 33 minutes, 13 points for Denver. I thought, maybe should have got a little bit, some more minutes the way he was playing. He just had a solid game,
Yeah, he did. Yeah, he did.
But Maxey, Mike, he should be all-star. I don't care what anybody say. Maxey a bad boy.
Oh, he's definitely. I mean, we talked about this last year, man, when I said the ball need to be in Maxey's hands more than the left-handed assassin, because Maxey moves, man. He cuts. He knows he's quicker off the pick and roll, man. James just out there patting that ball, man, and you can't get ball movement. And Ken, that's why I was saying to you last year when we was talking about Tobias, like, when does he get the ball?
He don't.
When does he get the ball? You could watch Tobias out there, man. It was crazy, man. I used to just watch him in possessions, man, and he would just be standing there because he knew he wasn't going to get the ball. And when he got the ball, it was like, guys are trying to find rhythm.
Rhythm, right.
Right. So when you finally get the ball, what you going to do? You trying to find rhythm. You either going to penetrate or fade or try to get a sit. You trying to do something with the ball. And that's not always good because you're moving out of your comfort zone. Right. And so he was never given that opportunity. Now with Embiid being out, he was like, "Oh, okay. Now I'm gonna get 20 shots. Exactly. Right. Now I'm gonna get 20 shots instead of 7, right? Like so now you can see his productivity. The only problem I have is this. Okay, on Denver, you don't have guys like Jason Tatum. You don't have guys like Giannis. So see the guys that he go up against. Although we're seeing, I want to see what he does in this new Philly sense of things against someone like a Giannis, someone like a JT, someone like, because it's you got to be on that other end, and a dude like Giannis is relentless. And Ken, this is what I will say. Both of them dudes, when it comes to Embiid and Joker, and they unstoppable.
Oh,
I mean, Giannis and cats like that, there is no stopping them. They're going to get what they want to get when they want to get it. And I thought in that game, you saw the best of those players. Now Jokic wasn't able to punish as much as he likes to, because with the game that they played just last night against Boston. Oh, he punished Porzingis. Just punished him. And you see, and when I was looking at the Joker play, even against Philly, he is such a complete basketball player. That's why he is probably, and I'm a huge Giannis fan, Ken.
I know.
But I have to say, like, the most complete player in the league. Oh, there is no question it's Joker. I mean, this dude can do tell me one. The only thing that he has problems with, and this is because of size, this is because of body makeup, this is just because of genetics, right? He's not as quick, he's not as this, that. So he's gonna suffer some on the defensive end. Even though he tries to play some D, he's never gonna play D like Giannis. He's never gonna be that athleticism to come across the rim and do that. But Ken, you talk about complete from free throw percentage, 3-point percentage, points in the paint. What they said, that dude had missed, like, in the last 4 or 5 games, he had missed like 3 or 4 shots. Yeah. Come on, man. His efficiency is just, he might shoot 70% from the field. I mean, that's unheard of, man. That's like you making 7 out of every 10 shots.
I'll take that.
This dude is getting 30 and he's only shooting 12 shots. You know what I'm saying? He's getting 30 points, man, 10 assists. And so his efficiency, man, I just felt like, it's hard to win on the road. Philly's playing good ball.
Oh, yeah, they are.
We look at the numbers. Joe Embiid,
41
can't. But if I say this, his efficiency, yeah, he's a great free throw shooter. He's good from the 3-point line. You just have to tip your hat to him.
But Mike, I'm gonna go back to, I just think, man, Jokic. I mean, on that defensive end, Mike, I'm going to push back on him, and just because, Mike, he don't play no D. He'll stand in front of you, but he ain't playing no D. In this game, he was +1. Mm-hmm. He struggled a little bit. I mean, 11 for 20. I mean, anybody would take that. But I just, and maybe, they on this road trip, so let's just say a little fatigue. But to move on the other side, Embiid, I mean, he went to the line 15 times. 12 out of 15. I mean, that's
his bread and butter.
Right, exactly. And I think Embiid shoots 88, 85% from the free throw line.
Yeah, he get a lot of calls too here, and he's not deserving of. Let's just keep it real. He get a lot of calls he's not deserving of, man. He's a big man. Okay, big man. You should be down there taking that punishment, man. And sometimes it's just like, nah, man, come on, you can't call that. This dude is 7 foot something. You know what I mean? And
I
again, I
got
know a
you.
foul is a foul, but I just think him going to the line as much as he does, that's problematic for me. And I get it. Giannis goes to the line. But let me tell you the difference though. I feel against like some of these players. A Kyrie is gonna go to the line, should go to the line more because he's attacking. Giannis is attacking. These guys that are attacking, Fox goes to the line a lot because he's attacking. Embiid does a lot of fadeaways and 8 to 10 footers and this, but he will attack the basket. But man, just about every time he attacked the basket, he get fouled. And I'm saying, like, can we like how does it? Ken, that was so many stops in that game for free throws. Come on, I was like, dude, it got ridiculous, man.
Ridiculous,
I'm like, come on,
It did.
and I know it's difficult to let these players play in the modern era, man. But when everybody complains, Ken, does anybody ever commit a foul, Ken?
Nah, they like.
Oh man.
But back to I'm swinging back again to Tobias Harris. I mean, he was plus 13, 24 points. Yeah, if he can play like that, down the stretch and in the playoffs, yeah, I would, give Philly a better chance of, let's just making it to the Eastern Conference Finals. But I just don't see that happening, Mike. I just think that Harris is going to, let's just say, fade in the playoffs. That's just my opinion. I could be wrong, but that's just my indication. I mean, right now he's playing well. Being a team player, he's always been a team player. Don't get me wrong. It's just that he's got to be engaged. So, and the best thing that happened to him, I'll repeat this again, is that when Harden got traded, that was the best thing that ever happened to him, as far as being with Philly.
Indeed.
Yeah,
I completely agree with you. I have we seen Tobias Harris in the playoffs handling his business?
Nope.
Have we seen that yet? Okay.
Nope.
So I have no, like, I can't go into these things saying that Philly is going to be, a contender for the East because I haven't seen it. Right. So no, I agree with you. I think Philly's a great team. I think they're going to be a top 3 team. But I think their fate is going to be the same. I don't even know if Joel can be healthy enough, knock on wood. I hope he can be and stay healthy, but he's been missing a bunch of games with his knees. I mean, so what we're looking at is we're this is a snapshot in January. And they look, if the season ended today, they probably they could be a good contender. Looking at the Bucks and how they're struggling, they might be able to be a contender. But folks, we're only in January. so no, there's a lot that's going to change. One thing I will say, Kim, I am happy. Do you like the look of the Sixers now versus when James Harden was there?
Oh, yes, definitely. Because the thing about it, I think Maxey brings, let's just say, that faster pace than what they were before when Harden was there. Better. I'll say this. For me, I always look at the shot selection, better shot selection as far as the team overall.
Yeah.
And then the other thing also is that you see Maxey just trying to get everybody involved as far as the team concept. Before, that wasn't happening.
Yeah. Yeah. They're going to need to figure out, in my opinion, who's going to be their point guard. Maxey is not their point guard. Maxey is too. If Maxey runs the point, you are wasting some of his ability. Maxey is a number 2. He's a playmaker from the 2 position. He's a slice and dice guy. He's the one you want on the wing. You do not want him spending his time trying to figure out how to get everybody else engaged. That's a problem for me because that's not his true position. And they just happen to have James where James was, he just, again, I just felt like he was in the way of all of their success because he needs the ball so much. They need to get a decent point guard. And I think, I just think that's too much of a responsibility for Maxey to be a 20-some point scorer. Okay. Getting everybody engaged, playing defense. Who's that? Melton? Is Melton a number 2 spot? Is that the one where? Come on, no. Melton should be coming off the bench. Just to keep it real, like they need a true point guard. I know it makes the front court kind of depending on what size guard they get, this, then the other thing, but I think they need. I just don't see Maxey as that quarterback, right? I think he's more of a scorer, more of an impact player from the 2 position. What are your thoughts?
I mean, I look at Maxey as I look at Kyrie.
See, and Kyrie ain't no point guard either, man.
I know,
that's why you need Luka. You know what I mean?
But the thing about it, Mike. Do you see? Look at Drew Holiday when he was with Milwaukee. That wasn't his position as a point guard. He was a 2 guard.
But I think Drew is more, because Drew is, in my opinion, Drew is not he's not a dynamic scorer like a Maxey. You see what I'm saying? Yeah, but you're right. He had to transition. Mm-hmm.
Right, but if I was Philly, maybe get a backup point guard.
Mm-hmm.
But I'll leave him there, Mike, because right now it's working. I'll put it that way. It's working for him. It is working much better than what they had before. And I think a lot of times Maxey is going to, go to the basket, get the assist. I think the dynamics for Philly is more up tempo now. Before, you wait to Harden finish dribbling, and then maybe he may send it into Embiid, and then the shot clock says 21 or 22.
Yeah,
and then they rush in to get the ball up. So
yeah,
but as they say, don't fix it if it ain't broke. So we'll see.
Well, I'm gonna tell you like this. I think they're gonna run into problems when the playoffs come. But I like Kelly Oubre. I think he brings energy off the bench. I think he's a shot maker. I think he's aggressive. I do like the minutes. I think he gets valuable minutes when he plays. He's not a point guard. I'm not saying for that position.
Right, no.
But he comes off the bench and he want to go to work. I mean, you can tell. And so I really like that addition to them because it gives them some more firepower. But I still don't think they have enough to come out of the East, man, because these games, while these games mean a lot, there's a whole nother mentality when it comes playoff time.
Oh, definitely.
And you can say what you want to say. Well, this team ain't this and that team ain't this. Trust me, when it come time for the playoffs, these boys are going to be focused and they're going to be ready to play. And so, Ken, on the other end, Denver, do you think Denver is in a position to repeat?
Ooh, that's a good question. The question mark for me with Denver is Michael Porter Jr. Mike, he was 6'10".
6'10".
And you just a spot up 3-point shooter. I have trouble with that. I mean, I have some serious problems with that. Man, you 6'10", you should be on the block and I know that's not his game. Mix it up, show me something. And then on the other end, defensive end, he just a liability, Mike.
Porzingis. Okay, you talking about the same person, right?
I'm like,
You
right.
really, yeah, you correct, Ken. Go ahead. You correct.
And I'm like saying, man, come on, show me something, dude. Help me.
Anything.
Right. And then, if this is another person. If he's not hitting that three or hitting his jumper, disengagement. I'm like, so
yeah,
that's my question mark for Denver. They get losing Bruce Brown, yeah. Caldwell Pope has kind of picked it up a little bit for them, but Michael Porter Jr. You gotta do more than just spot up on the three. So
yeah, they're gonna need Reggie Jackson to be huge in the playoffs.
Okay,
Reggie's got to be. He's got to come off the bench. He's got to be huge for them because once the game slows down, they concentrate more on Murray. It's not stopping Yoke. But Bruce Brown was that dude that came in, that gave him that spark, that opened things up for Kristen Braun and other people, right? I'm with you, Ken. Michael Porter Jr. has always, and this is kind of a personal preference too. You 6'10", like you say. Come on, man. I shoot the three, but man, punish some people.
Right.
Dominate down, and you know what I'm saying, like spin and this and that, and when you have no inside game, zero inside game. Are you serious?
-1.
I'm just like, and I say the same thing about Porzingis. All you're gonna do is pull up and shoot threes, and you 7 foot. Like, man, have an inside, do something, like bag somebody down, post up, or crossover, or have a move. No, I'm just gonna sit out here, spot up, and shoot threes. And one thing about Michael Porter Jr., he can get hot on you.
Oh yeah,
he can get real hot, and when he get real hot, he real hot. But he also can get real cold on.
Cold, yeah.
And when he get cold, he get real cold.
Right.
Like, bruh, you gonna hit a three sometime this month. And so I just think that the margin of error for Denver, and Ken, yourself, how hard it is to repeat. So the seeing these teams repeat, the margin of error is so small that when you change your team like that, I don't know, man. I do like Denver though. I like the way they move the ball. Love Joker, Jamal, Caldwell, all those Gordon, all those dudes, man. They play hard, but I don't think they have enough to come out of the West. I just
don't think so.
No, I just don't. Mm-mm.
But I let me say this. I agree with Jackson. I think he's going to let's just say playoff time. He's going to pick up more minutes because he's a good solid veteran.
Yeah.
He will be very, let's just say, instrumental in the success of trying to repeat for them. So
yeah, it's going to be tough, man, coming up out of the West, and even tougher. I mean, when you look at the teams, you got Minnesota, you have the Thunder in second place in the West, and then you got Denver. Okay. You look at the East, Boston, Milwaukee, Philly.
Yeah.
And we're not even talking about, the Miami Heat, because you know how they act crazy during the playoffs. They come into a whole new team. Like, what happened, man? They like go and they just hit the playoff button. Bam. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
and then all of a sudden, Jimmy just like, he started
berserk.
loosening up. Bam, legs start feeling good. Hero stroke looking good. I'm like, man, what is going on in the Heat locker room? Because when the playoffs come, I give them credit. They ball.
Definitely. Yeah.
Okay.
They come to play.
So they come to play, man. So you got these teams where you realize, like, yeah, we got these top teams, but man, what happens if we run against that's why first, second, and third is so important.
Oh, okay? Yeah, right.
It's real important. because you got these quality teams, and we know their records are not as well as they would want them to be. But man, I would want to play Indiana in the first round.
Oh no. Or Miami.
Or Miami in the first. So what you're seeing here, like you know, I don't know. I don't know. It's gonna be interesting to see who has you know, who can stay healthy, you know, who can fight through all of this adversity and all teams. Look at Phoenix. Phoenix is starting to play better. I mean, finally they're getting them on the court. So man, would you want to play Phoenix in the first round?
No.
You know
Not with that shooting.
like, you know what I'm saying? Like that.
Clippers.
Yeah, would you want to play the Clippers in the first round? I want to play LA now. Of course, I want to play LA. I want to send the king home. Yeah, let me do that. Let me send the king home. But as far as, like you say, would you want to play the Clippers? Like, no. So it's going to be a really interesting end of the season. But folks, we got so much. We haven't even reached All-Star game. I guess Giannis is leading in the East, and of course the King is leading in the West. And they're trying to make sure that Malik Beasley is trying to get in the 3-point shooting contest, which I hope he does. He's leading the league in, I think, 3-point percentage, and he's stroking it.
Yeah,
I mean, they falling through the hoop, so I ain't gonna argue with him. Keep shooting. But folks, listen, it's been a great show. The world of sports unites us. Let us take this unity in our everyday life. This is why they play the game.